ignore the fact that my health is down. When I went up the ramp, I suddenly launched, hit the roof, and bounced down onto the floor. And I don't have any medical stuff on me because I died earlier.
Though the Expo attracts the latest innovations and technological wonders, Esperia is constantly paving the way forward with their reverence of the past. Preserving important historical craft and Xeno vehicles, Esperia defines spaceflight in entirely new ways by providing unique experiences that would otherwise be unavailable to modern pilots.
Like to invite everyone to join in and help keep our halls looking their best. Every guest. Please be sure to keep track of all your belongings and deposit any waste in the appropriate receptacle.
So first up we have this strange thing. I call it strange because when it's landing gear down it just looks bizarre. And it looks bizarre anyway. So this is the Esperia Blade. It comes with 2 fixed size 3s, 2 fixed size 2s, 2 size 3 missile racks, 2 size 1 shields, 1 size 1 power plant, 2 size 2 coolers, and a quantum drone. Now how do I get in it? Is it an interior ship or is it not? Well, that doesn't look comfortable at all. I'm lying down. In spaceflight that'd be fine. Here it's not. I don't know how many MFDs I have because they're not appearing. What I can do is have a look on the outside. So we have some weird, bizarre alien tech engine on the back. Very strange shaped ship. Wait this out a little bit. There we go. So it's just a very bizarre shaped ship. Now, when alien ships did come out originally, they had the Shukaran with 100% ballistic resistance. And CIG, in a complete lack of wisdom, decided to take it away. So it doesn't anymore. None of these do. Anything that used to have a Shukaran can now be killed by ballistic weapons before you take out its shield. It needs to go back to how it was earlier. CIG just simply needs to add in an alien size for the shield generators and have it so you can use an adapter so you can use size 1 instead of the alien size, rather than have it as it can be fitted on any ship and break the PvP. So CIG just simply change the size of the shield generator to something non-standard and then have an adapter if someone wants to fit anything that isn't the sugar onto it. Like, it's a simple fix. Like, do you know how people with brains at CIG? Now, let's go over the other side to whatever that is. I'll figure out what it is in a second.
Xi'an ships are becoming a more common sight across the UEE, but it wasn't too long ago that their sale was completely forbidden by the Xi'an Emperor. Now, thanks to a growing trade between our two species, Xi'an manufacturers like Gatac and Aopoa are producing vehicles specifically for humans to pilot. Even more promising, some new ships have been designed for human and Xi'an crew to serve alongside each other.
Right, you are Banu Defender. Okay, so the Banu Defender is able to hold 4 size 3 weapon hardpoints. It has 2 size 3 missile racks, 1 size 2 Shukaran shield, which, as I said earlier, but CIG took away the 100% ballistic capability, so this ship should ideally have 3 size 1s instead of a size 2. It has 2 size 1 power plants, 2 size 1 coolers, and a quantum drive. This ship does have an interior apparently. So let's head up inside. So you have a bed on that side, a bed on that side. Doesn't seem to be anything in the back. Yeah, one seat on this side, which is... it just says enter seat. Right on the other side. Just says enter seat. Okay, so maybe you can pilot this from whichever side you want. It looks like it anyway. So this seems to have 3, maybe 4 MFD screens with a radar dish in the middle. Now these wings on the side do fold forwards very significantly, which changes the shape of the ship. This is just what it looks like when it's landed, but obviously you can't change what it looks like whilst it's on the IAE thing. So, strange looking ship. The thrusters are sort of a mix between sci-fi and what we have now for things like a jet engine. Yeah, not much to say about any of these ships, by the way. So they're all just going to be really quickly. The ship just feels wrong. Like it's able to be piloted by humans, obviously, but it just feels wrong. Like the architecture, obviously it's alien, but it just creeps me out for some reason. I don't know why. Now let's move around the back. You want me on it? Yeah. I don't know what that is. What is that? Esperia Glaive. I've heard of it, I've never seen it, or even been in it. It's the first time actually seeing it in-game, period. So that's bizarre weapons. So it has 2 fixed size ones, which can obviously be changed for 2 gimbal size ones if you wanted to, and 2 fixed size 5s. And the fixed size 5s cannot be changed to gimbal. Actually, no, neither can the ones. So those weapons are locked at 2 size 1 fixed, 2 size 5 fixed. It has 2 Vandal size 4 missile racks, which means that you can get 8 size 2 missiles, and just double checking, you cannot change them to anything else. You have 2 size 1 shield generators, 1 size 1 power plant, 2 size 1 coolers, and a size 1 quantum drive. Now, according to lore, apparently these little stabby things here will be for stabbing ships, quite literally. So you just ram a ship, go ahead and jiggle around to make holes, and then your size 1s will very likely go straight through and rip things apart. And then the size 5s will tear away whatever actual hull is left, so that all of them can go through the holes that you've made by stabbing another ship. Which just seems weird to me. Now, how do I get in it? Is it a ship with an interior or something? How do I get in? Nope, I don't want to run, I want to get in. I saw the get in thing for a moment, and it disappeared when I clicked. Into piracy. What in the hell? Oh, it's another one of those I'm lying down on my face ones. And again, I can't say how many MFD screens, because apparently they're hollows. But obviously I can go ahead and have a look on the outside, so... It's a very strange ship. It seems like those ginormous wings obviously fold outwards, which means that this has a massive bloody surface area. But the actual part that matters seems to be more or less about the size of an F7 in terms of hit ability. Although saying that, the person's bloody tiny in there. Anyway, let's jump out if you'd like to. There we go. All of the alien ships at the moment are just kind of sad, like, their usefulness is just sort of gone. I don't know why, but it is. Now, moving on to the next one. This will be one of the Talons. What Talon are you? You are just the normal, buck standard Talon. So, let's bring up that, the Esperia Talon. Yeah, Talon. So it has 2 size 3 gimbals, which can be changed for 2 size 4 fixed weapons. You have 2 size 3 missile racks, 2 size 1 shield generators, 1 size 1 power plant, 2 size 2 coolers, and a quantum drive. Now this ship, I got it when it originally came out, and then I changed it to something else, the Vulture. So whatever the smaller salvage ship is. The reason being, once its shields go down, bearing in mind it only has 2, and fucking, the thing's huge. Like, it is huge to be called small. But, because of its 2 size 1 shields, the second those go down, and a piece of your ship pops off, you can't control it anymore. If, for example, that wing part there comes off, your ship will just always turn to the right. And you won't be able to do anything to stop it. It'll just keep turning and get faster and faster and faster and faster and faster until your character blacks out and dies. Because your face exploded, basically. Now if we go inside, I can obviously show you what it looks like when it's landed, but when it's actually flyable, so you put the landing gear away, it becomes even bloody bigger than it is now. Which means having your shield go down is very easy, because missing you is actually very hard. And yeah, so this thing is big, it looks kind of cool, it flies very well, but the second your shield goes down and you start taking hull damage and a piece blows off, you're completely dead in the water. This thing is a pack animal basically, so you need like 10 or 15 of these all at once alongside a repair ship, because when a piece comes off and you start flailing around, something needs to grab you and take you out of the battle, so they can go ahead and get you fixed and put back in. Now looking on the inside, it is a holographic screen, so it's not actually there. Obviously I can't show you that, but it's not actually there. And when you eject, this entire front part comes off. So it would be cool if CIG let you use that as a tiny little like escape pod and actually fly it around, but that'll be for later on when they actually add other things to the game. So at the moment we do have docking in a way, but that's just simply a Merlin to a Constellation, which is not very hard to do. But going ahead and having escape pod fly off and have the escape pod fly around, well, they'd have to turn the escape pod into its own little ship, which would obviously take time, because the Merlin already exists, which is why it's so easy for it to be added there. Now, if I go ahead and move on to the other one, that one is the Talon Shrike. I'll go ahead and stop it and split it, just in case anyone wants it split. So on this side we have the Talon Shrike, which is the missile boat variant. It's literally made to fly in, shoot missiles, and fly the hell out. It is not made for actually dogfighting. So it's able to have 2 size 2 fixed weapons, but it comes with 2 size 1 gimbals by default. It has 2 size 6 missile racks, which are not able to be changed out. So it gets 24 size 3 missiles in total. It has 2 size 1 shield generators, 1 size 1 power plant, 2 size 2 coolers, 2 size 1 coolers, and a quantum drive. And its exterior is basically exactly the same, other than these little holes which are where the missiles come out of. Now I can't really show you in there properly, even if I was to go into the ship. So that was the Talon Shrike. Now moving off behind it, we have whatever that is. I've seen it. I kind of know what it is. The Khartu-al. So that was a strange name and then Khartu-al. What's the name got? No, Aopoa Khartu-al. Aopoa Khartu-al. So it has 2 size 3 gimbals by default, which can be changed out for 2 size 4s. It has 2 size 1 shield generators, 1 size 1 power plant, 2 size 1 coolers, and a quantum drive. And I have no idea how to get in it. Like just about most ships in the game, I have no idea how you get in them. Now, this ship, as far as I'm aware, has just simply 4 thrusters. Which means if you lose any of the 4 main giant parts, you will go ahead and become completely worthless. Now obviously I can only show you what it looks like when it's landed, which is absolutely bizarre. And to be honest, it looks almost like you're supposed to use the landing mode to stab another ship and then get out inside of it. But if you try to do that in the current state of the game, you blow up. You won't stab into anything, you'll just die. Now once again, this is a massive ship for only having 2 size 1s. This ship would be better off with 3 size 1s or 2 size 2s, to be honest. Because it's just too big, too fragile to go ahead and actually take ballistic damage for its shields. And it only comes with force wall. It doesn't even come with sugar run. So, as I said, all of these alien ships are in a sad place at the moment. They're basically worthless. Now, if we go ahead and move on to the thing in the middle, that is the Prowler. So it's the Esperia Prowler. It has 1 turret with 2 size 3 weapons. It has 2 size 4 gimbaled weapons, which can be changed out for 2 size 5 gimbal weapons. It has 2 size 2 sugar run shields, 1 size 2 power plant, 2 size 2 coolers, and a size 2 quantum drive, which means you can fit the military X1L to it, no, XL1 to it, which will take you from Port Olisar to Microtech in 4 minutes, 21 seconds, basically 4.5 minutes by the time you've actually spooled up and gone. Now this thing is big but small at the same time. Like when you look on it on the outside, it's pretty big. You jump on the inside, it's pretty small. But once you're actually flying it, it just feels really small. Now, heading on the inside, obviously these are the alien equivalent of seats. So you just sort of stand there. That would be painful for a long time. Seems that the torch doesn't do much. It's going to jump out. We have a lot of these weird like drop seats. I don't know what that is. It said open to wait what? Huh. I'm going to open all of them. Just why not? You'll actually let me see inside the ship properly. But it seems like we have a lot of jump points. So you could have all of the people jump out at once from the middle, and then the other 4, which are going to suppose would be like commanders or something, they can stay on board the ship or jump out later. You have stuff around the place. Exit ship, open ladder. Then we'll have 2 seats up. 2, 3, 4. You have another 4 seats up here. You have a different way into the ship, and you have the pilot seat here. Which, if you look on the outside, is another one of the hollow screens. So if your power plant goes out, you can't see anything, which means you can't tell where the enemy are to go ahead and actually do anything. This is what it looks like in the Talon, more or less. And turning it on and off doesn't seem to actually change it. It doesn't let me shoot the weapons either. I don't know how many MFD screens it has, because again, they're hollows. Hollow just simply means holographic, which means you can't actually physically touch it. It's just sort of there, and you can see it. So it's big, it's cool. When it originally came out and had 100% ballistic repellent, it was a very good ship, but Now it's just sad because the sugar runs no longer suck up 100% of the ballistic damage, because CIG decided to nuke them rather than make them their own special size, which only can be used in the alien ships, and then an adapter to use the human ones. But it's CIG. They don't really know what they're doing at the moment. They're kind of trying to think, and then they add stuff that's good, then break things that are good, and add things that are bad instead. Capacitor tech, for example. Now, I don't know where everything is, so I'm going to head downstairs and hope that something's down here. Down here we have whatever this is, Aopa Nox. I'm not 100% sure if these are flyable at the moment. I believe they are. Yeah, they are. So these things have 2 size 1 gimbaled, I believe, by default, which can have them changed to 2 size 1 fixed. I'm trying to find it. I forgot who made it. Aopa Nox. Yeah, so it has 2 size 1 gimbals, which can be changed for 2 size 1 fixed. It has 1 size 0 shield, 1 size 0 power plant, 1 size 0 cooler. And it is a LevTech vehicle, which means it floats. But in the current state of LevTech, if you try and stick it in another vehicle, it'll decide to go about 10 meters off the floor and either explode or just bounce off the roof and go sideways. They sort of need to make it so that this height here is the height that it always is off of a floor. Because anything higher than this is just kind of weird. If you're going at speed, obviously higher would be better. If you're going slow or not moving at all, this height is what it should be. And just go ahead and rent one of these and try and stick it in an Andromeda, for example. Go on the ramp and go straight up into the roof. Good luck trying to survive that. Now, if we just go ahead and head to the other side, let's see if there's anything there. If not, we'll go into the concept hall. Nope, we're just going straight into the concept hall. These things almost look like the Guardians from fucking Destiny 2 and 1. And have NPCs in both of the screens. Let's figure out what it's called. It is the Gatac Railen. Gatac manufacturer. Focus cargo. Gatac's first foray into the human market. The Railen is an energetic interspecies vessel, perfect for any human or Xian pilot looking for a safe, reliable solution for commercial-grade medium cargo hauling, and is a prime example of why the Xian Empire has trusted House Gatac with production of its industrial vessels for centuries. So, what was that? Yeah, so Gatac seems to be one of the primary Xian to human ship compatibility people, which allow you to either fly as a human, as a Xian, or, in some cases, as both. Now, it looks weird. It seems to actually be bloody massive, considering the size of the guns, so this thing, when they say medium, I say large. Like, you'd have to be a capital to be a large, apparently, when it comes to cargo for sea. Now, going ahead and moving over to the other side, we have whatever that is. And again, I don't have an NPC in there, so. So, looking at whatever this is. I mean, it looks like it should be tiny, but it also looks like it might be massive. So let's have a look what it is. The Banu merchantman. No, it's fucking massive. So, I'm going to get rid of that somewhere. Banu traders are renowned for their merchant prowess, traveling the space lines and trading with everyone they meet. Their sturdy, dedicated trading ships have proven themselves a vessel ideally suited to the task, and are so prized that they are frequently passed down from generation to generation of Banu. So these ships are built to last as long as you maintain them properly. Maintenance isn't in the game yet, but it will be at some point. So this ship is massive. It plays a ton of different roles, but I don't actually know much about it, and I'm not going to bother finding out. So yeah, whatever the hell that video was. I'm going to move to the next hole and do those because I kind of forgot.